When the howlers are howling, God keeps on blessing us. Take. We're proper. We're fine. Cruising nicely. Growing.
I record him.
Paras used to say, before people actually die, even from an accident, they die of shock first before the collision.
Parasi.
Yeah.
Ubani Paras man.
There's a doctor, he was spiritual as well. Dr. Paras
It's the same as the fight or flight mode that you go through. If you're in danger, must remember, fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
So you always do whatever. And if it's your time, it's your time.
Exactly.
You know? So, obviously, whatever happened there, people know what happened there. We all assuming everyone is...
And we saw what we saw.
Exactly.
We have an opinion with what we saw. But
And
it doesn't mean that what
it
we
doesn't
saw
mean
is
it's factual,
factual.
but the only thing it's like everyone has this, and unfortunately we are living in gangsters' paradise.
Are there any arrests made?
Not even one. Not even like, okay, we have suspects.
Senzo, how many years?
They just said they had a lead to the matter of
But kune CCTV
and
footage
tips.
nan but still akomto boshiwe.
Usenzo how many years what border? Is anyone gonna
And yakasenza kusho ukuthi seyobekela eceleni kancane manje.
no.
Sekuyaka AK.
No, it won't.
No, I know
what
ukuthi
I was saying
ngesizosuka,
was,
but-
we all know with the justice, Vusi Thembekwayo, it's like if it was during the apartheid government, ngabe kudala bawathola ama-killers ka-AKA if they wanted to. But now we have a capable government, but it's not doing anything.
Is it you know, with that statement I hated it because for me, with what the apartheid
It was more like endorsing what was
what,
done.
with what the apartheid government did to our brothers, our fathers, and whatnot. Are we saying we endorsing such nonsense?
But it's not likely
No,
endorsing the
excuse-
nonsense.
No, and I'm not. All I'm saying is, don't forget which you were dealing with a minority. Those guys were they might eat. Let's see for
Yeah.
they might eat dealing with what 100 people. Take out dogs, you shoot people, and you are saying you are.
No, we.
And no,
I
and
do get
yes,
the severity of
And
it.
guess what? You take whatever detectives you use, even our own people
Yeah,
against
to
themselves.
snitch. Snitches get stitches.
I'll always go back to, if you guys can go back to when we started CCCGS, the system. It's a
Yeah.
system. And we all think, Kuti, the day we voted or our parents voted in 1994 was the end of apartheid. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Now it was only the beginning of the system, which literally
It's like
us
they were
over.
changing or
Yes.
pawning the.
No, yeah, because now
Yeah, you're just pawning. It's okay.
Now-
We used to oppress them. Let's change the
Is it
oppression
easy
and
for you
make
to
it a mental
get a
thing.
business loan?
Yeah.
No, you have to have a collateral.
Is it easy? It's easier for you to get a car.
Than to
Low.
get a house.
Why?
Yeah, bakutrapha vele, bakufuna la.
So that's why I say, and our biggest issue, we hate one another so much that
Yeah.
we praise each other's downfall, then praise each other's up. That as uphuma siyaqasha mhlamba abantwana bayi-3 where we are growing and saying it's okay, now we can work on
Instead ukuthi basho kanjalo bazothi uropa labantwana.
But
Yeah,
you don't
it's-
and
Qalile
you don't
uropa
understand
labantwana,
kid.
uyabayuza
You see.
manje.
So, as black people, good la siyakhona, guys. Good.
I think the system fucked us up so much that the indoctrination was too much. To a point where even if we have a chance to liberate ourselves, but we still want to be,
To go back into
yeah,
that
to
whole
go back
system.
into the whole system. But if it was not for this, we wouldn't be this, Instead of saying, okay, we were this, but after here, where do we go?
Wait.
I posted a video the other day on Instagram and my Facebook account where guy says we are the biggest consumers of everything. Where yet we are the ones who complain about the white people. White people don't ask us to come in, but we go to them.
I actually saw another one. There's this guy, ne?
Yeah, but
They got
actually
with Joe
system
Rogan.
was sure. They created the system so that thina
So,
vele sibuye size kubo.
Is it not that time now where we need to break away from that system and shut that system down. Because when you shut it down, it simply means then now we then start our own. It's going to take time.
I think it's what I said before. Uguti, we are afraid of change. Black people are skilled. Black people are educated. Black people knows the know-how, but it's the codependence that the system has created that is building up to say, if we shut, yeah, because we have this thing of saying if they shut these people down, we don't have the resources. We always find an excuse not to do something. But we want to go and do it for a white person, generate income for a white person.
Not even the white person, for anyone else. Why can we not do that for ourselves?
I mean, I'm saying specifically white people because even for us, we would have brotherhoods, Alukshin. Since or whatever they're doing, right? Fine. We classify them. We use classicism amongst ourselves. Podcast, you know, instead of being like, oh, there's a podcast. I have a skill as a soul. Let me go pitch. And try to work it out. And then Nazi as well, if we don't have the mentality of saying, okay, let's open up a door for someone to come so that we can grow this thing. We don't have that mentality. I think we once had this argument the last time, Chilas, where we had a huge misunderstanding. If I have an establishment and I see talent.
Was it not the gatekeepers?
Yes, it was that gatekeepers thing. If I have an establishment and I see, okay, Pumba is a talent. You know, he doesn't have money, he doesn't have anything, but he has an idea that can enhance my business. Why don't I open the door? But the black mentality says, but if it doesn't work, I work at a loss. There's always going to be losses. But
another thing in Thembekwayo, ownership. If umuntu uzoyenza kanjalo uzofuna ukuyi-owner.
It's not. That's why ngithi
kwenzekala izinto ezenzekayo new management nani.
That's why ngithi mina.
And you see, for me,
the new man.
Not to me.
Come on.
And for me, guys, the pie is big enough for everyone. The pie is big enough for everyone. Until we realize that part, no one needs to own anything to say
who you want.
Yeah.
Because nothing is new under the. I've always said.
Yeah.
I've heard people fight on concepts and
this
whatnot.
Is my idea. Someone stole this concept. This was my.
Done some research and checked up. Nothing is new under.
You can only. It's more like it's an idea than execution.
Yes. And how you execute whatever idea you have.
Yeah, it must appeal to the next generation, because someone once said something smart. I think we're at the Luval was launching a book. Yes. There's a man that made a speech. He was like, your calling or your purpose is connected to the current generation. So you cannot say, yes, back in the day, I used to have a tavern, and then wants to come with that idea tavern in this generation. We have a generation of a woke gang, the gang that wants, even the club system doesn't work for them anymore. Taboo, to guys, it's in Amaku, but they want the fresh thing.
It's instant.
Yeah, it's an instant gratification kind of thing. It's okay. We want it next day. They are bored. They want exactly.
My point exactly. And where you go back to house music, your freshes, your vinnies,
that music is timeless.
Your Monday.
Yes. Then there's us now. Piano.
Yeah, mara maybe piano labo lizoba timeless kubo nabo.
No, piano is not timeless.
To you.
Okay.
No, it's not.
It's subjective,
we can argue.
We can argue that.
Art is subjective.
That's why.
Art is subjective. You're right.
Mina. Yeah.
What are you singing about today? You forgot about that song. You have transitioned to what.
No, what I'm saying is, now. But that track to someone, current generation.
It's just instant gratification.
It's sampled from. You understand?
Timeless music that thing is original. Like, it's a stapetina. You see that? It can play after 20 years, bruh. You still bang to the thing because it's timeless.
There's the albums you can listen to an album.
Kelvin Momos.
We didn't say all of them.
you see, that's why it's subjective. As you said,
Exactly.
it's subjective. But now, because these kids are growing up with instant gratification.
Yeah.
Nakhumbula iwale la kumalekela ukuthi anginamali. Qeda ukhola and then you wind ngisho. It's not khani sibona ngisho manje. Sesikhruthi namanje.
Njengoba uthi sowudinga 2 beers.
No, and
So from those two.
uyayifuna vele manje uhlala ne 2 years nenipnyana yakho
Yeah.
or something like that, because we all thought we had this figured out.
And ukhumbule ukuthi the
we
generation
did
now
not.
is the Gen Z generation. Too much artificial intelligence, too much artificial things going on. Akusafani nakuqala everything was manual.
And
You
kids
have to
were
learn
not
it.
safer back then than now. We were not.
We were. Even
Because
the
back then,
exposure
look,
to things.
Even events back then. Went back to the events, but back then events you knew what. Khona bangeni.
Yep.
Right
And it
now,
was strict.
Where are we finding ourselves?
I remember ngene A to A one time, my first time I think attempting this. Yes, I come with A to A.
Yakusho
Yeah,
ngibangela bona
yeah.
ukukhuluma ngithi.
I think it was. I'm trying to show you the timeline of how things have gotten now. Manje uthi uhlele egroovini ingene umbone ukuthi lo una 17 or una 16 or even 15. Ngafike A to A one time. At that time I was 21. They're like, guys, it's awungeni la because I'm petite, right? Ngimfishane. Don't start.
Ngiqalile.
So masingere lapha they wanted my ID. That's how strict it used to be. Because if bayabona ukuthi you are selling them a dream, they want your ID to prove your age. Manje is kenang botle sibaka sisalideng. As long as you are here to buy booze.
No
That's what I
mara
was
sizo
saying.
zonke indawo.
No.
Majority of these places,
And it's
bruh.
not about saying it's all. It's a case of. But I
It's-
say,
Ngibona ngathi labantwana mele nimuve.
draw the line, because
Yes,
these kids,
badala.
some of them on the weekends look older than.
Like
Yeah,
me.
but they not.
Like
The fact
us.
is they are not.
That.
But
So
that's
Nina,
the
since you
problem.
guys
That's
are
where the
older,
problem
you guys
is.
must move.
How do we then control
At their
that?
age, Pumba, at their age, you are not doing the things that they are doing. Those are the facts.
Yeah.
At their age,
But kunje
at their-
manje, guys.
Yes, kunje, it's
Are we-
because of
are-
what is the point that we are trying to drive to. Back to
Ukuthi-
say,
Thina we
We've
need
moved
to
to
guide
such a point.
ukuthi manje sekunje ku fast, so when
Go
uguide
fast,
up,
yes.
not ukuthi we try to change or bring back how we did things. I
it's
mean,
not about bringing it back. It's what
not,
Ukuti
but
was saying.
now
Ukuthi
it's
now,
about
whatever
now the
idea you have,
safety of everything, because
Yes.
now kids have got access to everything, which means they are vulnerable to a whole lot of things, right? So now how then do you protect that whole thing?
and it's also what he was saying, Nguti, there's as much as there's nothing new under the sun, there's like every idea. But now it's execution as to how we execute it, you know? And invention as well. That's why we got to this point, Nguti. The invention also has exposed people to a lot of things that are of danger to the community.
My point exactly. Or which manje, child could be talking to a fucking 50-year-old. How?
how do you stop that?
We
You
don't
see,
stop.
You don't introduce that nonsense at all. Because for me, I just feel at some point we need to get to
Draw
a
the
point.
line as well as
Yeah,
parents.
you know what? You'll have a phone when you are responsible enough so that you
Sure.
can be able. I can be able to monitor.
But
your
now,
As I
the
think when I
disadvantage of that is the fact that even schools, they want technology now. That's why I need to, the artificial intelligence has played a role too much. Because even my child now, made upgrade, I'm a pet well. Because they have to have access to technology for them to do my homeworks. You understand? It's how it is now.
which-
But when, as a parent, how do you monitor that? I think that's the only way now.
No, but I'm sure Nina my child has an iPhone.
No, that's unnecessary.
No, but that's what we are doing. Is it not?
Yeah.
In the black community.
But I think also that, going back to co-parenting, it's a division
but is it
between
not-
like two parents. Omunye uzovela to know, me, I want to buy my son an iPhone. Omunye to know, but my son is not ready for an iPhone, you know? It's like two dynamics of parenting that differs.
Anyway, guys, let's catch up in the intro. Yeah, it's fine. But guys sanibonani kunisikhuluma la
We,
sikhuluma kakhulu.
imagine.
Bayashisa ama-howlers namhlanje nani niyabona kuyaliwa. But kuliwa in the right way. Yeah, it's benza nje yokulayithisana ngisho. It's what we are all about la ku howlers khona and siyanamukela kwisiqephu sanamhlanje.
Ayi so shaya isiZulu my God.
Sizihlaba zonke. Isiqephu seshuma amashumi amathathu nanye.
What?
It's 31. This is episode 31.
Of the year.
No. Of our channel. This is episode 31.
Since we became howlers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is not howlers. Our Gule channel.
Yes.
We have 31 episodes now.
Is it?
Somebody man,
We're slow. We're slow.
we slow.
We're slow.
Obvious, Niaz, you with
We
our
slow.
struggles as long as we move, guys. It's not so big, go slow, no go fast.
Yeah, well.
As long as we move, yabo.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's begin low. Igama lami uThulane la ikasi bangazi ngopumba inja yamakasi brand and angihambi ngiyi-one always. Ngiphethe umbulazo omnyama.
Away.
Yeah, ngiphethe ne-Ghetto Superstar senizwile vele.
Easy day.
Yeah. Niyazi indoda.
Shelele.
Madam say cream shalale.
Yeah. What do you think,
Why
guys?
is it
Vele
gonna speak
nge-album la
because for me it's fire. Like I
Ngiyakwazi wena
have
vele vele ayigugu.
Okay, first Keenan Forbes, guys. I was never a fan of Keenan, right?
How?
Wait, before she
No.
let's go before, because I know she's going to talk.
Okay.
I've never liked the dude.
How?
Same here.
No.
I never did.
Guys, I grew up Catholic style. Ne? Just so you
When
know.
a trauma makalashi.
No, besides, no. I know behavior, and I knew it was pompous at some point and whatnot.
Yeah.
But one thing I learned from him was to love people when you can still show them.
Hey, that guy loved, bruh.
And
Manity loved sen usho
No,
nge-family or
no, no.
everyone.
Every
he had that
like
aura about him where even if you don't know him, if
Yeah.
he comes in contact with you and you hit it off, he'll give you that aura. One of my closest friends I grew up with loved that. I won't mention his name, but
Why not?
okay, in case Musa.
Musa,
Musa Nkos.
let's flex.
We used to fight
Yeah.
so much. You fought around, and now I understood because the guy was not just he literally worked his ass off.
Yeah.
Tell me whatever you want.
Hey, but what startled
So
me was
Uzi-
him convincing the parents that no, I'm not going to school. This is what I want.
And
So ngifuna uzwa ukuthi why uthi bonga mncane umadala kahle kahle. What was the reason?
there was just never.
Music bonga ufili.
No.
Not the music,
Not
but
the music.
Oh, the
him as a
music.
character.
Him personally.
He used to have a bad character though, Keenan.
I
There's
kid you
no
not.
lie.
Don't you think maybe it was portrayed by
No,
the
it
media?
was influenced by drugs for me because he used to be
Allegedly.
homeless. Not allegedly.
Ungathi not allegedly,
I saw about detective, please, guys.
But he did say, even in the album, like he did, even in Nagoma interviews,
fine,
he did
but
say
here-
he had to
It's
rehabilitate
allegedly.
himself. Okay, allegedly, since he had
Possibly.
even said that he had rehabilitated himself, hence he got Boga as a mentor. He went and changed because the Anele issue changed him as a man. Also, him meeting Nadia, he was able to change even his character because he used to have a bad character. AKA used to slap Ama fans. AKA he never used to want to interact with fans. But of late, he had become human towards.
No. And everyone who came in contact with him now, of late.
Yeah, they have
literally-
best things to say about Keenan. Unlike before.
Because I remember there was also an issue between him and Anati.
Yes.
And whatnot. But they literally solved that.
Even on interviews, he did say that I don't like I'm not proud of the person that I used to be. If you can listen to the recent interviews, he did say that he even wanted to apologize to Casper's parents because he was not good guy. He would say things and just because he never cared what
Okay.
other people think. But
So-
of late, he was redeemed. He was a new guy. He was a
As the character he been there first.
no. I never liked his
I never
character.
used to like
Catalog.
No.
I catalog
My
best.
man, my
Aye,
man.
best.
That boy-
Musically,
My man, that
Keenan
boy-
is genius.
Right now, you can listen to his music And I'm sure 20 years from now, you'll still be able to.
Yeah, he
to
does
listen to
timeless
it.
music. I'm a fan of Casper, but Keenan, shit. Keenan.
And these, what's it?
What are you not the Tsibib gang? No, but when it comes to
these pa-
character-wise, I would
No.
prefer Casper over Keenan.
What she
But
just did
musically,
And what she just
Keenan
did
is
now,
genius.
I love it because she just said
Yeah.
he acknowledged
Yeah, he
his
did.
faults and saw that, hey, as in all of us, all of our demons and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you fight through demons, but he acknowledged and said,
I think the best thing that he did was being accountable. To say, you know what, I fucked up here.
and of which most
And,
of us never account for
we-
anything. that we
Never.
do. We always want to blame the next person, and which I loved. That's why I say,
But for me, what touched me the most, right? It's like, you know, when you hear people talking about a person, we know Keenan, right? We know AKA. Okay, it's an Asazu AKA Ahmed.
Angabayizwa le nto.
yes,
Abayizwa.
he coped.
We know AKA and the experiences that we've seen with the PR and whatever. But to have people express the kind of person, my favorite part was how he showed love to Nadia. That one killed me.
There's actually even a tweet I saw. Someone said, no one's talking about his cars, his house, or
Yeah.
anything, but everyone's talking about the love he had for his people.
Best
As when I listen to Yanga, when I listen to
Younger's speech though. Oh,
I
guys.
listen.
Younger's
Funny
speech.
enough, I don't know why people only know about Simto only now. It's the same.
Oh, okay.
Nota.
Excuse us for
Is
not
that you,
knowing.
Nota?
Yeah, it's Nota vibe.
But
Gucci, before God was here, I was here.
but
Hey.
Anati, what they all shared something on stage that says this guy touched a bit of my life.
Oh, even Casper said it.
Sim dope.
So
No.
Touched Casper's life.
No, Casper said that even Keenan.
Obvious. If you are my rival,
For you
no
to-
compete njengomuntu.
for you to go and rap on someone's line
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
on his track
exactly.
at an event, what are you saying to that person?
You.
So for me, the story now just says at some point we need to acknowledge, give people the flowers.
While they're
While
still
they're still
alive,
alive.
yeah.
Why not always wait to always give people the flowers when they've lived?
You are sneaking I'm a flowers with guys. Give us, please.
No, you know what the problem
Why
is?
can't
It's
you
just
call
that,
excuse, why can't you call your friend?
and just tell them you love him.
True.
It's Younger when he said he made it a norm to tell us everything. No matter how uncomfortable it was, he would just tell you, dude, I love you.
Ubani ukinen.
Yeah. Like he said he made it like a tradition amongst his friends. He would tell them every time, dude, nyaktan. And for us, that's gay. Because you guys are simps.
So ucabanga ke ngale relationship yakhe noZinhle.
Well,
Like the co-parenting.
I think
basically.
first, Keenan was the best lover to all his girlfriends. You understand? It's just that some things just
Yeah,
don't
you
work.
assume.
By what? No, I'm not assuming. I'm just talking based on
Kanjani
what
best
I've
lover
seen.
munye umntana jump amabonda wasilahlela phansi.
Lalela. We can't deny the fact that
Yeah.
Anele had her own issues.
No, we
so
don't
we
know.
can't put that.
Allegedly-
No, we can't put that
allegedly,
on
she
Keenan. I mean,
had-
I
she-
argue.
Allegedly,
I argue
there was
that
a point where she wanted
she
to try.
tried at first.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. There's
Yeah.
videos,
No.
guys.
So you see, boom, we're gonna go back to this. No? When people love loudly, we always question that notion.
Yeah, and it's badly
Why? Mara.
yabo nawe maye ku-TikTok siyasho ukuthi ubhumba udlisiwe ubhumba bamshaye ngephedi. I'm sure that's what you guys say.
And this
I
is
don't
from
care.
our black sisters, right?
Exactly.
But yeah,
Sense izinto zenzeke.
ikhona.
Yeah.
So why is it that it's always double-sided?
I think first of all, it's hate of what we cannot receive. If people are gonna say Ubumba loving Tracy the way he does, it's like I don't have that. I envy that. But hey, why
It
am I
will end in tears.
It will end in tears. So we speak
Stage
hate.
one, Elise.
Yeah, it was the honeymoon phase. Is opela. You understand? God, there's just people who genuinely.
Do you see why I come back to this with social media created
It's the fucked up social media standards.
a monster where people use it to fight whatever fights they want to fight with people.
Yeah.
Whereas, whatever you wanted to say. Back then, people loved one another without these.
You can't give them
whatever.
the whole show. I'll
Control.
make.
So all I'm saying is, why are we okay? Having grown up as black people or black children with single parent homes,
Yeah.
this is what causes most. This is my opinion, not of the podcast, but my opinion, because most you kind of trying to find your way or whatnot, and then when you see someone like, but this is supposed to be normal.
I think
So why do we then judge it and make it become this whole thing?
I think also is childhood traumas, you know, in a sense that we grew up mostly of our generation with parents that never stuck together. We don't know what genuine love is. We don't know what being loved by a father is. We don't know
How to
it's
love a
normal
girl.
how to love a girl or a man. It's just the fact of we would say, when you never had an experience of thing. I always give my dad props because my dad is so intimate. My dad still kisses me on the lips today. It's like, no munga kuka, you're still my child, you know, because he taught us that affection is not a sin. It's okay for your dad
show
to
love.
kiss you and tell you. Every time I see my
But
dad,
embrace ngesilungu.
yeah, to embrace. We have we grew up in we grew up in a generation where we never saw that. We grew up seeing our grandmothers single, raising kids. We don't know that. So women, I always say this thing, feminism is projection of childhood traumas because they never saw that thing. I grew up, I saw my grandmother raising my mother alone, you know. My grandfather was there gallivanting with another woman, you know. You grow up bitter, you're like, you know what? I don't want that shit to happen to me. I'm not going to be played by this man. You grow up, you become a feminist. Men are dogs because of what you saw. You saw your grandmother suffering, you saw your mother suffering. Then it's you. You don't even give yourself a chance to be loved because you have this norm now that men are this, men are that. With men,
Makes sense.
it's that thing to say, my mother was a single mother, you know, my dad was not there. So in everything that you do, you'd find that you're a guy, you are too attached to your mother, right? There's too many attachment to your mother. Even if you find a girlfriend, it's difficult for you to embrace and love that person because you are lacking something that you were never given. Your parents were both not present. Because you saw your mother here and there, you want to give that thing to your mother. It's going to be difficult for you to detach because you cannot love umntana abantu kahle purely.
We
genuinely.
overcompensate
You
for absence of
overcompensate
our
to your
fathers.
mothers. Exactly.
I actually can agree.
You know, you overcompensate because umntana abantu makafika, now they must pay for all the bad experiences that you've seen. Good say, fuck, vele relationships are like that because you've never seen that thing in front of you. So I think it's those childhood traumas. We need to come to the table as the black community to say, you know what, we fucked up. We never grew up with those things. We don't know these things. But how do we unlearn that process? How do we now? I applaud the generation of men now. We find young boys, they're getting straight with their girlfriends.
Siyahlawula,
Nyahlawula, you take care of your kids.
And
I commend that.
Become a
It's because
generation of taking responsibility.
Yes, because we see the damage that it has created. Which, okay, we can't be neglecting kids. I was neglected, and look at me, how I turned out. We need to self-reflect and look in the mirror and say, okay, my dad not being present, what did that do to me? My parents, because at some point, I think, Mauzokula, with your parents apart, I'll speak from my, I was raised by my grandmother, and I was never parented. My dad showed up because I was living.
You were grandparented.
No, I was loved.
Grandloved.
I was loved. I was raised on loved. Kwakuzokuthanda. Yabona ukwakuzokuboniswa uthando ongakazi walibona emhlabeni.
Can I just add on to what you just said? Alikuthanda lufana lwakho.
Alukho mfethu. You good. I
know
was
this
loved. I was
for
never
fact.
parented. There was never a point where my mother's like, "Hey, Gugu, don't do this." Or my dad. My dad is a very polite guy. Makakuzokutsho ukuthi la ekhaya we don't do 1, 2, 3. And then you go back and reflect because ukhuliswa ugogo wami and you're like, oh, vele ugogo wami vele we never did this. I was raised on love,
So
not on
We
survival.
understand about you were not parented.
But you know, being
So
parented,
wasn't your grandmother parenting you?
no, my grandmother, let me tell you how I grew up. Ekaya, there's a nickname that they throw off. But because literally everywhere my grand went, we would walk hand in hand.
That's why I'm a bokoko.
So, fuck outta here. So my grandmother, literally, I was the apple of her eye. So that's why I was raised on love. Because my uncles as well, my dad's brothers, we lived in the same house. That's why I'm to malumbande or malumbande. They are brothers. So everything around that house was based on love. Reprimanding was love. Which you know, so no la sense so that's why I grew to be attached to my emotions. So it's self-reflection. I was never parented. That's why even now I'll tell it to you, I struggle to be a parent. I raise my kids on love because angwazi ukuthi hey I can't. I just talk
You don't
to
shout, you talk.
Sengisho nje.
Just so basically, most black our age actually grew up on basically love.
Yes, we grew up on love.
Most of us never. My mom, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I also, what she's saying, everyone that lived in that house, you need to acknowledge and knew who they were.
And there was no boundaries. No, yeah, we all grew up like it's one unit.
Yeah, I understand
no
that. Yabona
separation and
ngikhulile kagogo,
exclusion.
ngikhulile futhi nama parents wami
Yeah.
best of both. So kagogo besiba baningi obviously bazukulu, you understand into ezinjalo. Yeah, so into nababe basifundisa yona into yabo cousin basitshele sesibadala thina ukuthi this is usually or cousin.
Is it not the
So
same?
when-
brothers and sisters.
It goes back.
Does it not go back to that system that I talk about?
Yeah, true. It does.
No, because mina, cousin.
Yeah,
Cousin
aboputi
yakho.
bam. Aboputi bam.
Or uncle,
Yeah.
that's it. So who created the rule system? Now our kids must grow up and say,
Phela khona imizi la ma ungashongo ukuthi malume.
This is my first
Uzonqula.
cousin from that. Where did we get that from?
No, marasho masesenza family tree.
Are you sure it's a classification?
So
Leo
like,
is even traditionally or culturally, it's there.
Yes, it's there. But
It's
now,
there because
is it not
you-
breaking some other things as well?
I don't think it's breaking some other things, but I just think it's just
It's
knowing
reality.
it's reality of who the person
yes,
is.
It's acknowledging where you come
Yeah,
from. and
I
whatnot.
think the problem when it comes to home fronts and systems is putting too much boundaries, not letting kids be able to express themselves. Ukuthi mawuzothi hayi malume or wrong, hayi awukhulumi nomuntu omdala kanjani, Kanti now we are the generation of
Mamele umntwana. Listen
yeah,
to the
yabo
kids.
njengasekhaya thina we never had boundaries. When my uncle is wrong, I'm able to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, but dude, I hear, you didn't do right." Yeah, but even
Namanje
if we
malume
don't agree,
angakhulumisi.
yeah, but
Ngoba
And when you see
ngamtshela.
what you say, mina ngiskimele sasagenge. Hey,
I when it's a gang, well, I
Asekaxozi ekane nayo phela.
want the gray hair.
but because they always value my opinion
Yeah,
and I value theirs.
Should to connect nabo.
yeah,
kahle.
it's how they are.
For me, the minute you want to enforce something to me,
It's
then
a
you
problem.
piss me
Yeah,
off.
HIV.
You
Yeah,
piss me off.
you
Then
know,
I can't talk to you.
those people have
But
leniency.
if we're going to sit together,
Teach each other.
discuss.
Yeah,
That's what we've been doing. Nali Ezekiah, Namankel, to understand better.
And it's only knowledge lab.
Yes.
Exactly.
So now if we're going to want to enforce something,
and the interpora bese kuba this entitlement ukuthi yeah ngimdala, so you're not supposed to hear another person because umdala. That's what pisses me off. It's a system that I don't know. I never grew up around. I don't know what that is. Mina I know ukuthi there's fair communication. If you're wrong, yeah, there's fair communication. It's like we are on mutual grounds. There's no guti. And among better, they're able to say, "Hey, gee, that's not the one." Fine. My dad is able to pick up the phone and say, "I'm fit. I heard guti 1, 2, 3, but it's not. That's not the way." Yeah, well, and we grew up in a sense that Because even if you don't agree at the time, you're just like, oh, okay, cool. But so you go and reflect. Ubuye man, look mhlambe so yabo, fuck yeah, right. They were
Does
right.
life not become easy?
It's very nice. It's beautiful.
Nenye question futhi regarding yona lento ye co-parenting. Esingafuni ukuyidiscussa into into eyenzekalayo nayo emehlweni wethu and mostly asifuni ukuyi-addressa guys. Abo mama bangasupport.
Kanjani? I think.
Akusho nje bakhona abo baba bangasupport. Bakhona abo mama nabo bangasupport.
Okay.
Abantwana bahlala khabo baba so
Can I
therefore
speak last?
You understand mara angazi if
I
you
get where you're
understand the
coming
question.
from,
Yeah.
but as Boomer sitting from another point, looking from it, is that they probably carry 90, if not 95%.
Yeah.
Abo ban.
Okay, not them. If it's not her, Makoko, who's carrying that whole 90% of it. So what we have done as I'm out, would rather go and do whatever nonsense in the streets than take care of our offspring, which is why the debate has come onto the platform.
Yeah,
Because
no nya
if
izwa
they should do, we would not be sitting where we were sitting at right now.
Okay, fine. I mean, I'm speaking in terms of uguy oyenzayo. Guy took but uthathe nomntwana. Umntwana uhlala no guy. You understand? But the mother is not pitching in.
I think for me,
I think that's like
The same thing.
it's some choices.
yeah, and it's one of those rare situations.
Rare situations.
quite-
Maybe
it's
that's
not
why
rare,
they
yeah.
are not
No,
talked
no,
about.
I think
It's not rare.
even now. If
Vusi, we don't address that topic that much, but it's not rare. Trust me.
And we'll probably get to that, but even the stats will probably tell you.
Yeah, it's very rare.
10% is.
It's very
more.
rare. I think when it comes to that, right, we look at the all-round situation, right? Okay, there's a mother, there's a father, okay? There's traditional things in women that are done. It's okay, fine. Umntana mela kuele,
Kabubab.
khabo baba. They do all those things as they're supposed to. My argument, I don't know, maybe I'm old school like that, right? I was raised. That question for me is very feminist. First of all, so with my
Before we go back, because that's what you see. What you talk about feminism and whatnot, because we've made it about ourselves
yes,
more than about children.
yes.
That's what social media is creating.
It's this what I was
Amongst-
about to say. Gucci, that's why I'm probably old school like that because I still believe in a systematic form of living. Uguti, a woman is like a soil, right? Soil you plant, you get a seed, she nurtures, she takes care. You understand? A man provide love. That's what you need to do. Those are the things that I feel that social media is taking away from our people. So with that, your duty, fathers are not there most of the time because where are you working? You want to make sure that the child is taken care of. You want to do this and that. No mongathi umntana uhlala kini, but akahlali nawe, uhlala nogogo. You understand? Uhlala nogogo. It doesn't eliminate that you have to stop doing what you're supposed to do, which is providing. Okay? Uhlala nogogo. Umama, she's wrong for not providing as well. I call her out. She's wrong for not providing because umntana is a shared responsibility. It's not a separate responsibility. So, if you cannot come to the party for your own child but expect the next person to come to the party, then you get fucked up dynamics.
Okay, I'm not disputing that, Gugu. Mara chances are naye umama umntwana makayothatha umntwana ahlale kibo ba naye umama wakhe uyomncedisa ngomntwana. You understand? As much as nami nguguy,
That's why I'm saying
But she went back to the basics.
That's
that's
why
why ngisho
When
kanjalo
life is
ukuthi
supposed-
so now silas khona manje I understand the basics and
And-
everything, but
and-
silas
but-
khona
Las
so
khona.
there are these situations
honest,
we need to
to
find
be
solutions for.
honest, as I'm out, yes, wake up, go to work, do whatever.
exactly.
True.
Is
Or
she
your
not going
sister
back
or your
into-
aunt
into
or-
that?
Naye umama umntwana if uyahamba uyemsebenzini the whole day uyospanela umntwana umntwana usala nobani
let me layer
because
it
naye usala
down.
nomagogo.
That's why we
These
go-
things are the
It's a
same.
parental responsibility.
That's why
It's a
Mele,
parental.
Ibe into uthi ngizwana nithuda okuse so nam so sha.
That's why when umchaza mawuthi even the mother is wrong mina bengakhaleli ukuthi but nayi
yeah, that's why ngithi
abo mama bahleli kakhulu nabo bathulile abatshelwa and bakhona abo mama bangayithatha responsibility baningi kakhulu
they angeke.
You know why? Because society has made it so much.
Let me just say that
about guys,
feminism has made it too
destroy
much
our
about
out,
guys
yeah,
not pitching. But it's wrong for you as a parent to not take care of yours.
whether male or female.
I don't care who you are. You're a parent. You're a parent. You need to step up. You need to step up and do this. You understand? You make time for what you have brought forth. You make time to provide for what you have brought forth. You understand? There's this thing that is going around now. It's happening in the streets of Uguti. Yeah, spala social media.
Yeah, ngicela manitibana naye.
I mean, for me, that thing, I still say, Guti, as a mother, I think you have to think of your children first.
Before posting.
Before posting, before
the one
anything.
thing I always tell people is the internet never forgets.
And we are cool, Alomuntu.
Right? So whatever you post, I normally joke around my personal life, right? So
Yeah.
that can never be one. Because tomorrow, when you have a problem, they will go back and see. Remember. So that's why I always say to people.
Imagine your child
even
asking you,
posting
Baba,
something
post that.
jokingly about something that's personal or whatnot. Don't do that.
It's very wrong.
Because
That's why sisijayivela thina yabo. Asifuna into eziningi.
the internet never forgets.
Yeah.
They'll be able to get that video 20 years from now.
And what
So
just...
that's why I say protect whatever you have.
Oh, man, I'm faced with... Protect your kids. Protect your kids,
Are you
whatever it
co-parenting?
takes. I am co-parenting.
How is it going?
It has its ups and downs, but so far it's just been minor things, nothing major. That
Isuke vele if mayisuka from the start yaspana kahle or
no, it never gonna start. But see, for me, I think with my ex, it was a matter of even from the beginning, the priority has always been the boys. It is never about our separation or what is happening between us. Because even after the separation, as harsh and as it was, we never broke communication. There's never a time where I had to speak to his mother about our kids. There's never a time.
Which is fair.
Yeah, we would have our disagreements and fights and this and that, but there was never a time where our parents had to be mediators. Which, okay, I can't speak to so and so because there's this and that. You know, it has always been. Though I won't lie, there are glitches. There's always going to be glitches. But it has never been.
How do we overcome that whole nonsense? Because for me, it breaks children. Because you can see how children break from all of that whole nonsense. But he said he was going to do this.
He didn't.
Yeah.
So for me, how do we then move from as a black child?
It's a difficult one because I think
now.
I think the other thing that we need to, the justice that we need to do for our kids, especially mothers, because we are very emotional wrecks. For you as a father, it's easy to say, okay, we are apart, but I'll still come through for the child. But there's issues when it comes to mothers.
Why mama kanti sesingasayi kubaba?
Yeah, my son had questions with why singasahlali nobaba. Why?
How do you?
And then akekho kuzo-explaina lezo.
No, you create It's a very difficult one because you create a space where you have to answer safely, where it won't damage them as well. So you try to find a safe answer so that as they grow, it doesn't damage them to say, hey, laba bahlukene, or in you just, there's wisdom I think God has given for that part alone. So that's why I need to, as Abo Mama, that we need to dissolve the thing of our importance and prioritize these kids that we have brought into this life to say, okay, fine, it hurts, we broke up, but this one is innocent, this one didn't do jerk, bekumnandi ayenziwa ula manje akube mnandi noma sekakhuliswa. I think it's what most women need to do, like in their heads, ukukhohle ngawe mean, I place myself in a place where, like, okay, I'm going through what I'm going through, but fuck me.
It's not about you.
I just, he would come and be like, yo, I want to chill with the boys. Take them. Yo, I want to go do this and that with the boys. Take them. My mother is asking for. There was a period where he came and
So
asked.
what about I want all of us to go do those things together?
No, there was a period of that, but because I think it was still the grieving of the relationship, we wanted to try and find a way. Uguti, can we do this? But at some point, you're like, we moved on, dude. Says Batala, we can't be doing that. You know, if you
Only
want the
maybe on
kids,
birthdays or
not even birthdays. We don't. I mean, I allow him his time.
no saying because maybe if you throw a party, wouldn't you expect him to come to your son's party?
I won't expect, but the door will open. I won't expect. I don't expect, but the door is open. Because having expectations as well.
I would expect my baby mama to be here when I'm throwing my son a
The
party.
thing is,
Not
with expectations.
Gucci,
With expectations,
What
we
I
are
gather
not even in the same thinking wavelength. Mina, I might be cool with it, but you find that as we grow apart, you find a partner. Find with a partner like is like, I'm not comfortable with you going there.
Izana, your partner.
No,
You see,
if they are
I was going to
invited.
come to this defense. As we grow up, we all think differently.
Exactly.
And yes, those are your kids, but now you need to respect
The next person.
someone's, because now, yes, as much as those are your kids, but how then does it feel? Because if it's done to you, how would you feel?
How would you feel?
Dog. It's about
That's
the
what I'm
kid. It's
thinking.
not about me.
Exactly.
It's actually
but
a decision.
It's
The
what
primary
I'm saying.
thing is the kid.
Pumba, get this. But Yabona Manje, you have a new partner, right? You have a baby mama, right? How your partner thinks is not how your baby mama thinks. How you and your baby mama communicate is not how your partners perceive it. You get me?
True.
So what happens here is,
So
though
there
there's
needs
communication,
to be-
someone needs to compromise something in this 4-wave length. Uguti,
We
fine.
all, not someone.
No.
We all need to sacrifice.
Pumba, it's not a mass. That's what I'm saying. Guti.
And it's not.
Lalela.
And honestly, what you see, when you summed it up so beautifully, that for me it makes sense that you don't get what you want, you don't get what you want.
Yeah, it's a matter of
The
compromise.
kid
Kids.
gets. Yeah.
The kids,
Get
what they want.
That's it.
Hey, umntwana uzofuna ama-parents wakhe aze epatini yakhe.
Umntwana, lalela, umntwana,
Kids
about kids.
will
About kids.
also manipulate that whole situation.
Let me tell you a story about kids. You know, raising kids. Abantwana, they are raised
Are
on
you aware Guti, I'm that kid I'm talking about?
No.
how your parents did things is not how everyone else will do things, bro.
And how you are not going to do the very same thing.
How,
I
you
will.
you won't.
I mean, I'll do what they didn't do, which is what I'm talking about.
You
Pumba,
see,
what
you are going to force situation.
and you
No, I'm
cannot.
not. I'm just opening doors.
That's what I was
Lezebe
saying as
zivaliwe.
well. Uguti, when I throw my kid a party, the dad is welcome with the partner. The door is open, but I'm not forcing anyone to come. It's not a
Yeah,
must.
no, angishi force
Because
nam. That's why it's
lalela.
but I would expect.
I
would
don't
think it's going
expect.
first. I would expect.
Truth Marang is,
Therefore, that's
truth
where the
Marang is,
problem
you'll be
comes in
disappointed.
No, I won't.
Don't
I'm
expect.
expecting ukuthi phela angisho manje I have a kid. I'm expecting ukuthi uzoyenza izinto eziright.
No,
Angisho-
Boom,
as-
let me make you a
besides-
typical example.
Okay,
Let me make you a typical
mameleni.
example.
It's ngibe clear. As for umntwana, angisho umntwana siyamkhulisa C2. I'm expecting ukuthi ubabakhe uzobhadala school fees. As ashilo ukuthi uzobhadala school fees. Angisho. So makangasibhadali ngizoba disappointed.
You will be disappointed.
I will because
There's
into
an
athi-
agreement.
Yes.
Expectations
so even nange
come-
party, obviously
expectations-
invite her. I'm expecting you to pitch.
Expectation.
No,
Unless we are
Guti.
mtshela ukuthi
Yeah,
angini.
with responsibilities and a whole shitloads of disappointments that come. And after that disappointment, there'll be anger, there'll be frustration, there'll be this. Because now you have to explain to this little dude or this little girl, Ugutu, why didn't your dad pitch? Because you said he's going to pitch. So what you do
Yeah,
is...
he said it's gonna pitch. Actually, I'm
Don't.
like, invite.
That's where you
Invite.
guys fail your
You
kids.
see,
That's
no.
where you guys
You see,
fail your
no.
kids.
Boomba. Why? And I hate this nonsense. Why black children don't succeed in most of the stuff they do, especially sports. Oh, okay, entertainment as in a whole. Sum up entertainment as in a whole. Black parents do not attend any of their things because they think it's nonsense. What?
It's more like feelings first.
Yes. Whereas with white kids, a child at 3 or 4 years old or we started doing golf, whatever, they'll be there. Don't gamble. Wherever.
So me being positive ukuthi
What-
ngifuna
what
lo
they
muntu
told
eze la
their
ku wrong
children-
ngani because I'm positive.
Are we
the
not
parent must
saying you're
come.
wrong?
So
But
what they told their
alleviate.
children was, I will support your vision, whatever you see. Through and through. So now what you are saying is, you expect come with, Ejo, usitshela ukuthi time alizobe likhona lapha.
So tshela umntwana ukuthi ubaba uyeza.
Angafi. What must happen? Are you not crushing the child's dream?
Aningizwa nina yazi. Aningizwa mina azange ngikhulume ngomntwana la ukuthi ngiyotshela umntwana ukuthi ubaba uzoza.
I'm making
Ngikhuluma
an
as me and you
example.
as parents. What I'm expecting from my
What are you
partner.
expecting
Angikhulumi
from there?
ngomntwana. Umntwana uyo nama expectations wakhe ngisho. Mina
you-
ngikhuluma nawe njengoba mina
Does-
ngibambisene nawe ngomntwana.
Does a
You
child
understand?
want you to
Mina
be there?
ngi-invite wena Gugu ukuthi hayi Gugu ngishayela umntana iphathi.
Does a child
Like
want you?
invite.
we get
Then when
you.
uthini hayi cho ngizoza. You understand?
Does
So
a-
mina
Whoa.
ngikhuluma ngami. Angikhulumi ngomntwana.
Does a child want you to be there
Ubani?
or not?
Umntwana.
Because we must always, most of the time, we always put.
No phela lo mntwana
Our
wethu
feelings
sithu
ahead
angeke ahlala ngafuni ukuthi si angisho i-co-parenting Gugu. Wena i-co-parenting kuthi lo mntana ethu
Lalela,
umntana
Pumba.
esimkhulisa
I
sithu
think
guys.
we're missing a point here.
Does-
Tina,
does
mina,
kids
our
don't want to
argument
see they-
is
they-
Indaba nina nifaka ukid la and mina ngikhuluma
It's
ngama
always-
parents.
it's-
Angikhulumi ngokid. It's fine ukid ngimbekele eceleni.
But
Me
you know
and
what
Gugu as
happens?
parents.
If parent level, if umntana akalifunda.
Akalifuni kanjani kuwumntana ethi siyithu simkhulisa soyithu.
Bumba, what we are saying is, we get your point, right? Uguti, you would want the baby moms to be here when you're throwing a child a party, right? Fine. Those doors are, that's why I need to know that doors are open. They can come. But I'm not expecting. The reason why I'm not expecting is to eliminate or annihilate the whole idea of disappointment and dealing with the responsibility of having to nurse that
Or to
pain.
explain.
Or to explain.
Pain
so,
to who?
The
To
child.
you. I-child akumkhohlwa umntwana.
Awukwazi Bumba
Kodwa
mawuzo throw
ngithi
umntana
mina,
phansi.
listen,
So do you
it's
let
fine.
me ask you
Indaba
this
nina
question. Let me
ni-understand,
ask you
guys.
this question. So
Aningimameli guys,
Okay,
aningimameli.
tell
Ningimameleli ukungiphendula, aningimameli
okay, let's hear
ukungi-understand.
you proper.
Ngithi mina guys, sinomntwana siyithu Gugu, angisho. Lo mntwana simkhulisa soyithu. I'm expecting you ukuthi ube yi-already ligrade. Leyo expectation enginayo.
That's a given,
We
yes.
understand. So that's a given ukuthi mangenza iphathi, I'm expecting umama womntanami ukuthi abe khona. Angikhulumi ngomntwana ukuthi umntwana
Okay.
u-expecta ukuthi umama uzoba since ngibambisene nawe. I can't throw this party for our kid. Ungekho wena.
But to understand,
We understand.
I do get you now. But what also we were saying is, ukhumbule ukuthi as we grow up, you find a partner, I find a partner. And how we rule out our relationship and our dynamics may not match with your expectations. You expecting me to come, my partner and I, maybe not what we want to cycle around. Because
No.
of,
And that's something that you need to
It's
actually.
fine. Ngithi mina wena ukhuluma ngawe nepartner bengikhuluma ngami ukuthi mina I expect
Yes,
ukuthi umama
ukhumbule
umntanami
ukuthi it's
uzoyenza
what
into
I'm
right.
against
So
saying
wena ama politics onawo ku relationship yakho nani ezakho lezo.
my
Mina ngeke
relationship,
ngibuze-
let me correct you there.
Mina-
Let me
what if
correct
it's
you.
not
No,
your relationship?
Let me correct
nithi
it.
mina. Angisho obvious mina lento le ngizobe ngikhuluma nawe ukuthi ngiyenzela umntana iphathi. Wena uthi ayazini ngifuna ukuyococa nomuntu wami cala ngizobuya
Yeah.
kuwe. You understand? I understand ukuthi okay usayoyidiscussa nomuntu wakhe. Since mina i-invite ngiyifakile ngisho kuwe. Gugu
Yeah.
ngenza iphathi. Wena usayoyidiscussa nomuntu wakho. Yabo umuntu wakhe athi awuyilapho. Asiyilapho. I expect you ukuthi uzobuya kimi ungitshela ukuthi ayicho ayispan lento leyo.
I think
You
it's
understand?
the usage of the name of the word expect.
Yeah, because when you say
You know.
you expect.
Yeah, I think
It's not ukuthi ngithi it's forced you must. No.
But when you
I-
have
That's
expectations,
why ngize ngibisela emuva ukuthi I expect a parent to be a nice parent. It's an
Since we-
expectation of ipartner yami engiparenta nayo. I'm expecting ukuthi izoba right.
the point.
I think
Because of
it-
that word.
I think it's the
Isilungu.
usage of
Okay,
the
asike
name.
isilungu angazi ngayibeka kanjani
Oh,
ngesintu.
we were just saying, Tina. Now
Maybe
you
just
need
say
to-
I count on you to be present.
Okay,
Because that
okay.
was dynamic.
If ni
Yeah, because
ibeka
when you
kanjani.
expect, it's more like if I don't come, then uzongikwatela.
No.
There'll be-
But we need to look at
Yeah,
those
but when
it's
you have
dynamic.
expectations,
So mangabe
When you have
expect ukuthi ube
expectation-
iparent egrand mawungasiyo ngizokukwatela.
yeah, you of course you're gonna be
Angeke
disappointed.
ngikukwatele mina.
You're gonna be disappointed.
I won't.
Pumba.
Ukukwatelelani? what will that help me with? Ngoba yiyo lento ezoyenza ukuthi ngicine nje ku social media ngiyobhala cause ngine-enga
But it's the same
ngokukwatela.
as when you say
Angikukwatelanga mina.
you're expected to be there.
Yeah, cause ngine
But you're
opportunity
not there.
engimvumelele yona. So ngikulindile. Mawungafikanga ufikanga, it's fine. You missed out. I didn't.
Yeah.
You missed out. I didn't. Yeah, ngizwa kahle.
When you expect, it means
There's
I
consequences.
must be there.
Not must. Actually, lento esisho nje uba lose.
Expectation.
You count on you. Yeah, anya expect but kule expectation I know kwama chances nama probabilities.
I'm looking
ikhona
forward
ichance
for you
yokuthi
to
lo muntu
be
angafiki.
there.
But ngim expectile ukuthi uzofika. Makangafikanga is still fine. But mina ngiyivulile opportunity nendlela ukuthi angafika lo muntu.
Oh, guys, and we need to address this. Expectation means I must be there.
No.
Looking forward.
According to you, isho kanjalo. And not according to me. According to me, it's not like
Go to
that.
Googlish.
Aye, ngithi mina according
Let's
to me.
find the expected
No.
word.
Am I wrong? Guys.
Aina must expect.
Guys. Bafowethu, angenihlalelani please.
A strong belief that something will happen or be the case.
Yeah, a strong belief.
Which is something
Yes, ngikuexpectile akusi must ukuthi uze. It's just a strong belief. Yokuthi I believe ukuthi ukhuthi uzoza namhlanje ku podcast izoshoota. Ngimexpectile.
Okay,
Bese
fine.
ukhuthi angafiki. Ukuthi sizoshoota.
I think we
You
are-
understand? Mawungafikanga ukuzoshoota, hayi ukuthi sizothi sesikwatele ngoba ufikanga. You understand? Sizoba yes, but akusi must
Just
ukuthi
that's why I'm
uzofika.
saying. Just say that I'm counting on you to pull through for the child.
Okay.
If
If ngifuna ukuyibeka kanjalo.
Yeah, I'm counting on
Isilungu
you.
guys akusesethu.
Yeah.
I can then change.
As long ning
I can
understand.
still change my decision.
As long ning understand
But
ukuthi
yeah,
uzothini.
no, we get it now.
Yeah.
But like the
30
word,
minutes for
the word was
Isilungu,
just
isilungu
wrong.
the
angisazi.
word is wrong.
Isilungu
Yeah.
angisazi, but
So,
I would
yeah.
expect
No,
or I would
it's
count
not.
on my partner
No,
to
for
do
me,
the right thing.
It's a strong
Thingisho
word.
kanjalo.
The same as someone saying, I hate you.
Yeah.
I don't like you or
I don't like you. It may be present. It may change. But hate is something else.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, but
So-
I'm expecting you guys to be here today.
I'm counting. I'm counting on you.
I was
to
expecting
be here
you guys.
so that the
Wasn't I?
podcast can go forward. You were counting.
How far are we? Soli.
Sele,
Oh, funa nganaki nesikhathi ngikhulume kakhulu.
Yeah, well. So I think with this co-parenting thing, it's just one to another. Good, okay. You heal through the wound. You surface through your kids. You make sure good in
and just whilst we're still on this, and I'm gonna say this because with this whole AKA and Zinhle thing, how society expects people to grieve
to breathe and ish,
forever
or
that
whatever.
they- or
No babes, I'm ngambali babes.
no, that's where
yeah.
we're going at that. Ukuthi. That's why social media has created a monster of how we don't validate people's feelings, but we want to validate our friends and whatnot's feelings when they do the very same thing
Yes.
that celebrities do. Don't forget, celebrities are also human.
They
Just
are
the only
human.
thing is that they've got the spotlight on them 24 hours.
What people don't understand is that people had memories with these people. There was there were memory. Oh, I know, but Kuts. He's standing up. So we have memories with we have memories of people. Obviously, Zinhle shared a child, their only child, with Keenan, her first child with Keenan. You know, they co-parented so well, though they had their own things. They co-parented so well. They created a family system around this child. It was not a matter of you understand? I remember there was a time Zinhle was pregnant. Umama AKA was there, making sure that Zinhle is fine. She was even scheduling school time for Cairo so that Zinhle won't take the too much baggage because she's pregnant. She needs to relax. They created a family system. There was no hate and bitterness and what we are used to. I think the social media norm of, I hate my baby dead. This and that.
You see where
And another thing, abantu abangayijwayelanga ile yokuthi baby daddy no current, they can also be cool and civil.
Exactly. Look at Nadia around Cairo. They would bake cakes for AKA. They would do. I think this is what I'm saying. We see the childhood traumas as cooler now, but they affect us. It's things that we don't know. Masibona kuba horror movie. Because now we are expecting what we are
I
expecting.
think most of the time we hate what we don't know.
Exactly.
So until you not experience that or whatnot, we hate. So we are very quick very quick on the button.
Keyboard systems.
To share whatever that we need to share, but forget at some point, hey, I've seen this situation, I've seen whatever, and it works for them.
Yeah.
Mina
Instead of motivation and trying to, you know what, I want this for myself.
Has anyone ever asked themselves what ngena va?
It's a guy.
But then,
so that's just a thing for me. Yeah.
And whatnot, which we find ourselves today. You're hating on people that you're supposed to be learning on.
So zokhulumela uBongs manje. uBongs is cool with his partner. Usikhulisela uKairo kahle.
Did uBongs tell anyone how he feels?
No.
We assume.
We assumed.
Do you see? Are we not there? I see. It's a kind of
So I think we have a lot to heal as the black community.
Too. And now we need to start building healthy
relationships. Yeah.
Where we can call out one another for nonsense.
Without any offense and feeling
being honest with one another.
You can't tell
because right now we all building shitty relationships because we all think it's cool.
It will end in tears.
Hey, bruh.
Hey, Joe,
the projection.
I mean, I laugh loudly.
You see, Valentine's like what?
It's going to.
I will fucking.
Gugu.
I will go to business. I will fucking go to your establishment. I'll do whatever because I don't owe anyone any shit.
Yeah.
But for me to say, hey, you see another black.
The other thing is people.
Person or black female doing better simply means she may be able to say, I can hire two people, I can do whatever. It means I'm happy.
And people don't understand the responsibility that comes with loyalty.
Yo.
The responsibility that comes with loyalty. If I'm going to commit myself to something, and you can't, there's no commitment without loyalty. If I'm going to commit myself to this podcast, I'm loyal to here. So it's a responsibility for me to make sure that this space is safe. So if I cannot create a safe environment for whatever I'm invested to,
or forever comes here.
Exactly. Then we fucked.
I loyalty that massive. Yeah. Why? Yeah, she's. No.
So yeah, I think basically Jay is just healing, man.
So what do you guys take away from your uncle and aka, especially the co-parenting? I'm not going in terms of how they did things.
All I'm going to say is we need to draw a line in society.
Respect.
Especially when it comes to social media. It's your opinion. If it's not going to add value to anything,
keep it to yourself.
And just keep it moving. And one thing, respect other people's
Zindaba.
And people must understand that grief is something else, man. You can't dictate on grief.
You can't dictate
how I want to celebrate my loved one, it's my business. What if babahleli uMampintsha no babes they would talk with me mina mangifile ngifuna ukuthi ulo ukhaya lapha you must dance. So sengiyafika I must do what the society expects of me.
That song is nice.
Strange enough, it's funny how
where break it all.
It's strange how you guys celebrate your friends, Ntubule Pezulu, spin cars and whatnot. No one comes and says anything. But because someone who is in that space, yes, I understand they've got whatever
platform to be called for. Yeah.
Now, you all forget. You all do that to other people's funerals and whatnot. Does anyone say anything? So before you go and throw that thing, look at yourself and ask yourself, where is my entrance in all of this?
It's in a guy.
Yeah.
At some point, we need to teach ourselves etiquette in terms of these social media streets and whatnot. Is this corner whatever, but and some other things. Can you imagine if that was your sister, if that was your brother, if that was your father, how are you feeling in all of that?
Social media era.
Social media is, what I'm taking, like, not taking away such, but what I admired the most. Love is beautiful, man.
Guys, we come from love.
Love
We
is
will
beautiful,
live
man.
through love.
I love
Like,
love.
you saw love through Keenan's mother. You saw love through his friends, girlfriend. Like, that shit touched me the most.
Exes.
Exes.
Which
You know?
is why I said to you when I saw that post, unfortunately, impilo.
Exactly. Even if Bega's pet is spam, there was a bodyguard there. There was literally nothing he could have done. The shot came from behind. He was just in a loving space, hugging a friend, not expecting anything to happen. A gun, Buena boy, what was it gonna do? But yeah, I told you need to have a gun. What if Kenan had a gun actually? Exactly my point.
It's a kana uyithandi jo.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
uyayicela
yeah,
itsakani ne-strike
that's just
sethu.
about it, man.
Sistrikeile guys namhlanje cabanga njengoba sishutha kanje.
Ayikho strike la.
Niyazazi i-strike
Mina
zala.
benifuna nje benifuna nje
Can we not
free
like
pass
Shut down,
to go and
guys.
work.
I'm here in Tikani.
And
Akuna
Sikani.
shutdown.
Laba tlola laba siqhubeka ngempilo yabo. Please lapha ebhedlela. Esibhedlela ngathi akunagesi bani.
Awungeke.
Oh, yadlala.
Awu.
I'm joking.
You aw.
Okay,
Kanti
guys.
basiqhubekela ngelife yabo. Everything's going all right. So angazi ngale kwasidudu the other country.
Ya bezishubile bathi sidudu nase Gelixdal.
Na
Nineteen.
Gelixdal enivale no Antwam nini. Yabo nina.
Oh.
Abenivale lapha.
Angeke usalunga mfana bavalile bavalile.
It's closed,
guys.
it's closed.
Siyabonga guys, it was a nice one. Silwile sa argue but it's all for ukulayithisana. Ihawula zikhona kula sihlala khona sifundisana khona sivula umqondo. Sithanda noku invite everyone on a brand ofuna ukusijoina advertise into yakhe. The platform is open. If now uhleli lapha ekhaya une skill nyana obona ukuthi unga contribute ngaso, hit us up. It's howlas_corner in all social platforms.
Yeah.
And guys, please, Sunday, I don't know. No stop. You will have a few T-shirts.
Are you giving them away?
No.
How much
We'll be selling them.
We have a few
You'll have a
t-shirts.
Puza face on.
We'll be selling T-shirts.
The Puza
face.
And you'll be buying me one. Thank you. Because you owe me a t-shirt.
There's a new one that will be launching on Sunday.
Okay.
Please look out for that one.
Yeah, we'll be cookout.
Sunday
I think the
cookouts.
next episode after this one will be cookout. So
Cookout,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll be there on Sunday. We're trying to do something nice. Nje. We can't say much about it, but nizobona khona ama ideas. Sizobona nathi ukuthi siphuma kanjani guys, but niyaz behind us makhona nina. Ayikho into
All is well.
Yeah.
All right.
Grim Shelele.
Mbulazo mnyama. It's a bye.
Huh?
It's like a bye.
It's a goodbye.
All right. Niyaz guys, angeke bayivale yonke iminyanga. Sharp.
It's ice on my
When
neck.
the howlers are howling.
Demon.
When the howlers are howling, God keeps on blessing us. Take. We're proper. We're fine. Cruising nicely. Growing.